Alright guys, Zach with Wash Nerds here. I'm going to film a quick video today. It's going to kind of be the user interface of QuickBooks and how we use it. I'm sure there's a lot more features to it, but we just use it for very simple options. And then I'll also dive into the disclaimers that we have. This is an ever-changing list. We would love your feedback if you guys have more, if you've kind of, been caught in some circumstances that haven't been favorable in your way. So without further ado, here's kind of what it looks like on QuickBooks. I think we pay $30 a month. It's the very beginner package, but it gets everything we need. So right here, as you can see, I have this privacy option turned on. That is so you guys don't see all the finances of our group or of our company. We'll get there at some point, but not right now. So then the other thing here, you can use it for payroll, you can use it bookkeeping, taxes. We don't really use it for any of that. It's just me and my partner. All right, the biggest thing we use it for here is customers and leads. Not much more than that. I'm not going to click on that because that shows our estimates and our past due invoices, current invoices, etc. And then up here in the settings tab, you have all your generic settings. So for us, we set custom form styles, which you can see right here, and that's for your estimates and your invoices. So you can auto generate your logo, you can auto generate some text. I'll dive into that in a different video. But the main purpose of this video here is for the disclaimers that we include on our estimate. That can be done, or the way we do it here is we actually create a product and service for it. So if you go here to new and new estimate, you can kind of see some of the stuff we populate here, our phone number, email. Here's what I was talking about, our custom logo. All this is custom how we wanted to. We add a note to our customer just on their estimates, thank you for this opportunity. And then in here, product and service. So this is all the stuff that we've added a product or service for. The disclaimers one I'll show you here. Again, we include it as a line item, but we don't actually put a cost to it. So the cost for disclaimers will just read 0. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but for us, this has worked very well. So I'll come up here to the PDF view, and this is what this would look like if we send it to a customer. Actually, I don't want the 1 unit. We don't do by unit. We just do a flat rate. And then again, don't tax. That way down here, we eat the sales tax. We don't charge customers for sales tax or credit card fee. So in here, this is kind of how it would get presented to our customer. I'll read through most of these, but not all of them. So kind of how we have it broken down is general, house wash, roof wash, concrete heating, gutter cleaning, and window cleaning. We'll always include the general disclaimers up here. Exit out this, make it a little bigger. Okay. We'll always include general on every single one of our estimates, and then the other ones are specific. So if we have a line item for house wash or roof wash, etc., we will include those specific disclaimers. But the general ones, we state that it includes the total cost, includes cost for travel, labor, and equipment or supplies. That way it lets the customer know we aren't going to charge a travel trip. We cover all the costs of all the supplies. So if you're doing sealing, for example, or paver sealing or resanding, this right here lets them know that we are buying the supplies. There won't be any upcharge, any receipts, etc. And then we always let them know that we won't add to this estimate unless we specifically specify with them. And this last one here, I'll see if I can highlight it. This actually just came into play on our most recent job. This estimate assumes the use of customer's water supply for all work. I'll dive into this in another one, but you always get those customers that assume water just costs a fortune, right? I think here in Indiana, it's about $4 for 1,000 gallons of water. So yeah, we just had a customer of ours kind of make a joke that she got a quote from another company, and she was like, oh yeah, and they'll probably hook into our water too. That was a terrible time for me to let her know that we also use her water. And I mean, it went over as well as it could, right? We showed her the estimate and showed that it was in there, and reassured her it wouldn't cost her more than 5 cents. I think we had a small patio of hers to clean. But yeah, we put that in there just to kind of cover ourselves. If you do have a customer that wants you to bring your water, charge accordingly. Yes, it's only $4 for 1,000 gallons, but you're putting additional weight on your trailer, hauling it across town or wherever you're going. It just kind of adds some more time and more wear and tear on your equipment. So make sure you charge accordingly to bring your own water. And then this one we include on everything, but it's just kind of letting people know that we aren't responsible for any prior leaks, any ongoing or active leaks. We actually request that the customer lets us know if there are any leaks. Most of the times they're going to say no, or this window's a little bit, has some issues. But that again is just to cover ourselves. We are spraying water in and around windows, and we tried not to get anything in. We have had some instances where some water does seep through like the front door or like a garage door of somebody's house, and we'll bring towels or clean that up as needed. But this kind of covers us as far as like a legal standpoint. Again, we don't assume any damage caused by improper flashing, leaks, or building components. And here's another big one, guys. Exposed electrical. I know you've seen posts about it everywhere, but take the time, put some painter's tape around it, and clean up the exposed electrical. This one kind of covers us. If we arrive on site and we can't perform the work due to whatever reason, we do charge the customer $75 for an inconvenience fee, and we'll reschedule. We've had a few where the truck's in the way or car's in the way, and we specifically ask it not to be. Or if the water valve or water supply is shut off and the customer's out of town, we do charge. The customer does agree to this beforehand. And lastly, we'll eat the credit card fee if they pay by credit card. That's just we consider it a cost of doing business. If you are concerned about the 3% fee, we recommend just bumping all your prices up 3% and just not including that in your estimate, right? Okay, so it was $100. Well, now it's going to be $103 to cover that credit card fee. All right, I'll go quickly over all of these. Again, if you guys have more that you've used or that you think would be good to include, let us know. We're trying to build this to be a big database, and then eventually we'll just include this list for free. If not, you guys can screenshot this. So house wash, we just let them know the cleaning solution is safe to be around, but we recommend keeping children and pets away from the area for a day just to allow it to completely neutralize. And then this is a new one we added here. So we haven't yet, but we might start using a respirator on jobs just because we are around the SH or the bleach, whatever you guys are cleaning with. We are around that chemical, 7 days a week, multiple hours a day. So it is kind of taking a toll on our body. But again, you can reassure the customer that it's safe for them. They're only around it for an hour. It's not that bad for them. And then it just kind of includes organic growth only. Our estimate doesn't include any of the specialty removal. If they do want that, then we'll charge additional. And then we have a note here about the windows. So we have had a few customers complain about the streaks or spotting on the windows. This here is kind of letting them know they will see that. We do our best to rinse the solution off, but it's going to spot just like rain would spot, right? We do offer a window washing service. We might start presenting our options as, like a general house wash, like a premium house wash, and that premium one will have window washing in it. Roof wash, same general description, 24 hours to keep pets and children away. And then we also included the respirator comment here. And then I know this is a toss-up in the pressure washing world, but we do not rinse the roofs. We are team no rinse. We are team the rainwater will rinse the roof. And we just kind of put that on there. That way the customer knows they might not see immediate results. It might take a couple rain events to brighten their roof or to get rid of those streaks or that dead moss up there. We do, however, note that we do kill the growth. So before we leave, we show the customer that the growth is either, white or brown. We show that it is killed, and then the force of the rain will wash it off. That kind of covers us as far as like the integrity of the roof. We don't want to damage any of the granules. Again, sorry, this is mostly for the Midwest, and I'd say 95% of our roofs are asphalt shingle. I don't know how you guys do it down in Florida where it's just clay tile. I'd assume you just put a surface cleaner up there. I've seen a video or two. I guess Washington puts full on like red tip to a roof and just gets off the moss. So to each their own, but we are soft wash, no rinse. Concrete cleaning, again, just includes organic removal. If they want some specialty, it will be an upcharge. We do not pressure wash, or we do not use high pressure on any concrete newer than 4 years old. And this one might sound kind of petty to you guys, and I'd love to get your feedback, but we state that we will remove up to 6 items of furniture on any patio, deck, porch, or driveway. Any additional item will result in $10 per item added to this estimate. Again, you know, this is part of the job. You should just bid it accordingly, blah, 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 blah. But most of our stuff, again, is just done before we show up. And it's hard to tell how much patio furniture is on there. We do try to charge accordingly if there's, you know, a lot of patio furniture to work around or a lot of vegetation. But, you know, there's always just those jobs that you don't account for. And we just had one where I think my business partner was there by himself, and there was 15 pieces of furniture, tables, chairs, fire pits, grills, etc. It took him more time to move that off and move it back on than it did to wash the patio. So we added this line in there. It might sound kind of petty, but if a customer does read it, you know, if they want to move off 4 pieces of furniture themselves and leave 6 on there, perfect, that's fine with us. Lastly, gutter cleaning. We don't include any debris and below ground downspout extensions. We have had a few customers ask. We'll make sure the debris is out of their gutters and that the actual downspout opening isn't clogged. If they do have downspouts that just drain above ground, we will put water in there until we see it trickle out above ground. But if they have those, you know, PVC extensions, or there's that perforated plastic pipe extensions, we don't clean those. We can for an upcharge, but we typically do not. And then window washing, it's exterior window washing only. If they want us to do interior, obviously you'll discuss that ahead of time. So I think that about covers it for us on the disclaimer side. Like I said, if you guys have any additional disclaimers or any things that you've seen in your years of experience, or anything that you think should be added, just feel free to let us know. This kind of just boils hand in hand with, it's all about setting your customers' expectations. So as fully transparent or as much detail that you can provide ahead of time to make wash day go that much easier, it's always worth the extra mile. So even if you seem annoying, even if you seem like you're, you know, texting them too much, calling them too much, or, you know, asking too much, right? I think it's worth the time to make sure you and the customer both know what's going to happen on wash day, whether that's scope of work, what they're going to see, what they're not going to see, what's going to come up, not going to come up. And then the little trick that we like to do at the very end is we will do a walk around with the customer before we leave, before we, you know, pack up all of our stuff. And that just makes sure everybody's on the same page and everybody's happy with what was performed that day. That way, if we leave, we aren't getting called back for something that we didn't discuss prior to leaving. That's it, guys. Quick video on disclaimers. And again, please, please, please let us know if you have any more. We want this to be a very interactive community, and we're going to continue to keep providing a free place to do that. So thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.